This video is designed to help you start a poultry farming business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a poultry farming business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful poultry farming business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Poultry farming requires investment. You can arrange the money by your own, or you can apply for a bank loan. As a beginner, you should start with a minimum number of birds, which will cost you less money. Production type. First of all, determine the production type of your poultry farm. You can raise broiler chickens for meat production purposes, or choose layers if you want to produce eggs commercially. You can also start your poultry farm for selling poultry products and breeding stocks directly to your local customers. Determine your production purpose. Select proper poultry breeds according to your desired production, and go for the detailed planning. Set farm location. Selecting a good farm location for your business is very important. You should select a location which has all required facilities, and favorable for your business. It can be slightly far from the town, where land and labor are cheaper. But don't set up the farm too far from the town. You better be relatively close to your market. Also try to avoid setting up the farm in residential areas, because poultry farms produce offensive odor. While selecting the farm location, also consider the availability of a transportation system and medication facilities. Construct the house. After selecting the farm location, construct a good house for your birds. Ensure all required facilities are available in the new house. There are 3 types of poultry housing system you can use: extensive, semi-intensive and intensive. For commercial production, intensive system is most convenient. You can raise your birds on the floor or in cages. On average, broiler poultry needs about 2.5 square feet of space per bird, and layer poultry needs about 4 square feet of space per bird. For example, if you want to raise 200 layers, then you have to secure about 800 square feet of space. About 4 square feet of space is required per bird in a cage system. Don't forget to add proper lighting and ventilation system in the house. Purchase required equipment. You need to purchase some equipment for your poultry farm. Here's a list of required equipment for running a poultry farm successfully: feeders, waterers, nests, cages, coops, crates, incubator, egg tray, lighting instruments, perches, brooders or heaters, ventilation system, waste disposal system. Manpower. Based on the number of birds, you need more or less manpower. As a beginner, if you start with a minimum number of birds, 200 to 500, then you can manage your farm by yourself easily. If you plan for raising more birds, then you will need additional manpower. Make sure cheap labor is available in your selected area. Purchasing chicks. After setting everything up and having everything ready, purchase quality chicks from a trusted breeder in your area, and start caring for them. Set the brooder ready before the chicks arrive from the breeding house to your farm. As a beginner, it is wise to start with day-old chicks instead of older chicks. If you are a complete beginner without any prior experience, keep the number of chicks to a minimum, anyhow not more than 500. Feeding. Feeding is the most important part of a poultry farming business. After constructing the house, and purchasing equipment and chicks, you have to spend a large amount of money for feeding your birds. About 70% of your total project expenses will go towards the feeding. And the success of the business depends mainly on the quality and the adequacy of the feeding. You can purchase the feed ingredients, and prepare the feed by yourself, or you can purchase ready-made poultry feeds. Different types of commercial poultry feeds are available for each type of birds. You have to ensure you have access to a proper medication system in your area. Poultry birds are prone to various types of diseases, and you have to be ready for controlling them. It is said prevention is better than cure, so you have to be conscious, and take proper care of your birds to keep them safe. Vaccinate them timely, and always try to provide them with fresh water and food. Also stock some required vaccine and medicine, so that you can use them when needed. Marketing. Good marketing strategies influence the profit of your business. Make sure to plan and be ready with your marketing activities in advance, before you start your farming business. Obviously, your business will not make any money unless you can market your products properly. The next part of the video is designed to help you determine if your poultry farm business idea is feasible. To identify questions and problems you will face in converting your idea into reality, and to prepare for starting your business. Note that these are general business practices, not specific to poultry farming, but it's imperative that you'll know them, as your business success depends on it. Operating a successful poultry farm business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques, if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these 2 extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a poultry farm business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free poultry farm business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.